Want to learn how to vacuum seal ribeye for sous vide cooking and just how to freeze ribeye in a vacuum sealed bag for long periods of time so you can cook it for years to come? Well, today I'm going to share that with you in this tutorial on how to vacuum seal ribeye steaks. If you're into eating delicious restaurant-style food at home, like sous vide cooking and delicious gourmet pizzas, don't forget to subscribe to the Sip by Go channel on YouTube. I have so many delicious videos coming your way. So between writing the Home Chef Sous Vide cookbook in the past couple years and becoming a new parent, it has been so crucial to meal prep ribeye steaks and really meal prep everything around here to eat really well at home. So the first thing that I'm going to do to show you how to vacuum seal ribeye is to take it out of the packaging. Now I got this ribeye steak frozen from Crowd Cow. They're an online butcher, and I'll leave a link for them below, part of their affiliate program. And I like to get just butcher cuts delivered to the door because it makes it so much easier to have frozen meat in the freezer. And so what I'm doing here is I'm removing it from the original packaging, which is something I always recommend for sous vide cooking. If you're going to just cook this, thaw it and cook it later, you wouldn't even need to vacuum seal that unless you were trying to extend the shelf life of the ribeye steak. So for sous videing frozen ribeye steak, I like to take it out of the package that it comes in from the butcher and remove anything else that's inside the bag. Sometimes there might be those moisture collectors, and you don't want those to be cooked with the food. So that's why we're transferring it to a vacuum seal bag. Now, the vacuum seal bag that I'm using here is a Foodsaver v4400. The Foodsaver vacuum sealer is something that I got through a couple years ago. I did a promotion with Foodsaver, sharing their wonderful products, and this has really lasted me quite a long time. It lasted the entire time of me writing the Home Chef Sous Vide cookbook, and I was testing so many different recipes then. It's really become one of my BFFs when it comes to sous vide cooking. But anyways, I lightly salted the ribeye. Now you could do any sort of seasoning before freezing meat, but I like to season ribeye just simply because I don't really know in my head yet how I'm going to cook this in the sous vide bath. So I'm just putting a little bit of salt on there, and then I find a sous vide vacuum seal bag that will fit the ribeye and not be too big. You don't want the Foodsaver bag to be too large because then you're just kind of wasting and you don't need all of that for the sous vide bath. So I find Ziploc or a Foodsaver bag that fits perfectly, and I put the ribeye steak in there. Now, why do I say Ziploc? Well, you could technically use a Ziploc bag to vacuum seal food. You could vacuum seal in a Ziploc bag if you run out of Foodsaver bags, but luckily I keep a stash of them so that it doesn't happen too often. So anyways, here it vacuum sealed and it is ready to go in the sous vide bath or in the freezer until I'm ready to use it. Now I'm going to sous vide these, and if you're into sous vide cooking, you can do some sous vide meal prep with frozen steaks like these ribeyes. Make sure to check out the Home Chef Sous Vide cookbook to get all my favorite sous vide recipes. There's over 100 recipes in this book. That's so many recipes. Well, I hope you're feeling confident in going into your sous vide cooking with some delicious vacuum sealed steak ready to go in your freezer. That's where mine's gonna hang out until I'm ready to cook it. And I love cooking sous vide food from frozen. I'll leave some links to that below so you can do it too. Well, until next time, I hope that you have a wonderful and delicious day. Cheers! Oh, and before you go, don't forget to check out another video from Sip, Bite, Go.